I'd like to introduce our next guest speaker, Ms. Jennifer Robinson. Ms. Robinson currently serves as a member of the Carytown Council and has experience as a business analyst, allowing her to tackle local issues effectively. Jennifer believes that a leader must have a vision, be collaborative, act as an ambassador for her community, and possess a strong resolve to get things done. She places a priority on forward-thinking planning, a conservative budget, environmental stewardship, and a strong infrastructure. And throughout her service to Cary, she's adhered to these tenets in order to maximize her office betterment of Cary. She's here to tell you all about how youngsters can contribute to the town of Cary themselves. Please welcome her to the stage.
Good morning, everyone. I really enjoyed the remarks that the previous two speakers made, and I hope that somebody was videotaping them because I would love my son and daughter to be able to see them. I thought they were fabulous. Like TJ, I went to UVA, so that's something that we share in common. And just like TJ and Dr. Kalupa, I wish that the experiences that I've had that have given me my life lessons, I could have learned them before I turned 14 years old. But unfortunately, it's taken a lifetime to learn what I've learned. And one thing I would say as a parent is that I want to say to my kids, look, I've made all these mistakes, I've done all these things wrong, and I've learned all these great things, and now you don't have to make the same mistakes, just learn from what I've learned. But unfortunately, everybody has to go through his own experience of living life and figuring it all out. So you're listening to a bunch of people who've already made those mistakes and gone through those experiences. So I hope that you can take something away from this. The things that I would say for you is, first of all, as you go through life, take care of yourself. And by that I mean, it's really, really important for you to get adequate sleep. And when you are in Green Hope High School or Enloe, you are going to be pressed with having to do major amount of schoolwork and your activities, but it's so important that you're well rested. So always take a look at what time you have to wake up in the morning and back that in and know how many hours of sleep and when you need to go to bed. It's a high priority. Eat a good diet. Sugar is such a bad thing for you. Do not eat a lot of sugar. Don't eat sugar in the middle of the day because you're going to have a sugar drop and you're going to treat people poorly. That's one thing I have learned. I don't eat sugar during the day anymore because I have a sugar drop. I'd say also drink lots of water and exercise every day. One thing that's really great is start your day with a 20-minute walk, because if you do nothing else for the rest of the day, you've exercised, and that's really good. After that, I'd say respect yourself. Behave in a way that you're going to feel good about yourself at the end of the day. And that can be really hard because sometimes you're with people who aren't behaving the way that you want them to. But if you can go to bed at night and say, I treated myself and others the way that I should have, you're going to feel good about it, and that's going to be a cumulative experience so that, you know, as you get to be my age, you say, hey, I've been doing okay, I've been respecting myself and respecting others. But every day is not a good day, and sometimes you make mistakes. And so the next thing I say is forgive yourself. That's a really hard thing because I think in a society like ours where there's so much competition, I think sometimes we can beat ourselves up. And I don't know if you've ever done it. You're like, why? Why did I do that? But if you can forgive yourself and move on, it's okay, I made that mistake, but now I've learned from it. That's a really healthy thing. And then on top of that, forgive others. Have you ever heard this saying, Confucius was the first person to say it. He said, when you don't forgive someone, it's like swallowing a poison pill and then waiting for that person to die. And I learned that, my friend told me that when I was about 20 years old, and it really resonated with me because forgiveness can be a very hard thing. But when you realize that when you hold a grudge, it's really eating away at you more than it's eating away at another person. And so if you can forgive others, you'll be so much happier in life. Next, I'd say give to others. It's such an important thing every day to think of another person and do something good for them. It's healthy for building a friendship, it's healthy for your family. And I don't know if any of you do Boy Scouts, but the Boy Scouts have this principle where they put a coin in their right pocket. And when they've done a good deed for the day, they move the coin to their left pocket. And there are many men all around us who still carry a coin in their pocket and adhere to this principle every day.
it's just such a good thing to give to another person. My dad was my hero growing up. I think I was probably the only teenager in the world who didn't hate her dad. I don't know, because I think everybody goes through a little period, but my dad was my hero. And he told me once, he said, leave a place better than you found it. And one thing I really admired about my dad is that he regarded himself as a steward. Do you know what a steward is? A steward is a person who feels responsible for his environment. And if you can feel like a steward of your community, then you will take care of it. If you say, this is my responsibility, you walk by a piece of trash and you pick it up because you're like, if I don't pick it up, who's going to pick it up? And if we all have pieces of trash on the ground, then our place looks trashy, and then it's not the beautiful community that we love. So think of yourself as a steward. When he'd go grocery shopping, he always put his cart back in the corral. He never left it out in the middle of the parking lot. And if he saw somebody else did it, he'd go and take that cart and put it back for them because he was leaving it a better place. Then I'd say, make every single day count. There's another elected official who told me recently his mother had said to him, learn something every day. And that's so valuable, to learn something every day. Sometimes it's about opening up your ears and listening to some wisdom that somebody else has. Or it's about committing yourself to learning the lesson that you learned that day and saying, I'm not going to learn this for the test, I'm learning this for life. Appreciate something every day. If you are lacking appreciation, you're not going to be as happy as you can be. So I'd say if you are having trouble appreciating something that day, look up into the sky. Appreciate the clouds, appreciate the sunset, appreciate anything. Appreciate the rain. If it's coming down rainy, appreciate that, because we wouldn't have the beautiful foliage that we have without the rain. Just be appreciative every day. And then finally I'd say, be thankful to someone else every day. You know, what we don't realize when we're in our youth is that everything that we have is done by sacrifice from someone else. The clothes that you're wearing, your parents bought for you. If they didn't buy those clothes for you, they would get to spend that money on something awesome for themselves. But they spend it on you because they love you so much. Same with the food, same with the house that you have. Everything you have is so wonderful. And if you can take a moment to thank your parents, thank a friend for something she does for you or he does for you, you will strengthen your relationships, you will shore up your heart, and be more appreciative, and it's just a very healthy thing to do. Now, when I was growing up, I had 3 older siblings, and my sister Joyce had this picture in her room, and the picture said, the time to be happy is now. And I think about that, if not every day, every other day, because not every day feels like a happy day. But when we spend our days going, well, I'm going to get this done, and I cannot wait until I'm in college. And then you get in college and you're like, well, I'm here and this is really hard work. I cannot wait till I get to graduate school. And then you're in graduate school and you're like, well, this is a bear. I can't wait to get out of this and start my career, and then it's going to be so good. And then I can't wait to get my house. And when I get my house, everything's going to be good. And then when I have children, that's when it's going to get good. And then you have children, and you're like, holy cow, I'm exhausted. This is so tiring. If only they'd grow up. No, we don't want to spend our day wishing away our days. Every day, be happy for that day, and your life will be so much more fulfilling. So these are the life lessons that I've had. I hope that you can take away one of them, and I hope you can take away one from Dr. Karuba and one from TJ, and be that much more happy in every day of your lives. And I just want to say that I admire all of you so much for coming out. When Dr. Karuba said that he might have been watching TV on a Saturday, I can guarantee you there are a lot of kids who are lounging around their house right now. They're not thinking about making themselves better. And by you making a conscious decision to make yourself a better person, advances you so much more. So congratulations on that. And I just want you to know that I admire you very, very much. Thank you.